Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Lindsey from Lottie&Albert and I'm here today to tell you a little bit more about our Easter egg blanket, about the inspiration behind it, how it's all going to work if you've never done a crochet along before. But I also wanted to introduce myself at this stage and tell you a little bit more about me and my background in crochet, how I got into it and all the fun stuff. So I am now a full-time crochet designer. This is what I do for a job, which is both exciting, and then I've also done that thing where I've turned my hobby into my job, and I probably now need a new hobby rather than just working all the time. But that's fine. That's fine. I love the designing. I really love getting to play with yarn. And so to do a project like this with Sirdar is a real dream project for me, to get to put together a beautiful, colourful blanket and then work with you all week by week as we work through. You may remember me if you've done any of the other Sirdar crochet alongs before. I did the Blossom and Buds blanket, which was a couple of springs ago now. And I also did the gingerbread blanket, which was a really fun Christmas crochet along that we did. You may sense, if you've seen a couple of my projects, really love colour. I love using different stitches and putting together lots of different designs. Prior to designing my first couple of blankets with Sirdar, I hadn't actually made many blankets myself, and I think part of the reason for that is I get bored quite easily if I just have to do the same stitch over and over again, or if I have to do big expanses of colour. So perhaps accidentally, I've slightly fallen into designing blankets. They're very colourful and use lots of different stitches because they just scratch that little itch in my brain. I really enjoy making them, having variety. And so if you've enjoyed my last two blankets, then you're probably going to enjoy this one as well because our brains probably work in a similar way. I do design other projects as well. I enjoy designing things that you can use or that are more practical, like bags or garments. But the blankets are really an opportunity to do sort of a big exploration of colour and stitches all in one place. So that's what I really like about the blankets. In terms of inspiration for this particular blanket, the new Easter egg crochet along, we really wanted to lean obviously very heavily into the Easter theme and spring. So you can interpret that in so many different ways, but we'd done quite a soft pastel blanket previously when I collaborated with Sirdar, so we decided to throw all the really fun colours at this one, make it a little bit more saturated, and just have those colours really pop. So we wanted to capture all the excitement of an Easter egg hunt, all the nice things. And for me, as I say, it was about designing a couple of different styles of Easter eggs so we can both explore stitches across them and then just have that variety when they're on the blanket. So the egg shape in the middle, of course, we needed an Easter bunny, and then the egg shapes that kind of repeat around the outside are part of that. But also there's the spring element. So a friend of mine once said to me when I asked her what her favourite season was, she said she didn't have a favourite season, but her favourite part was the transition between seasons, which I just think is the best answer, and I've slightly adopted it as my own answer. And it's when you're in the dark depths of winter and everything is a bit dreary. You've already done Christmas. It's January, February. It's still dark. It's still grey. And then ever so slowly, you start to see those signs of spring creep in. The greener grass, the bluer skies, and then the little pops of colour as the fast little crocuses or daffodils emerge. They feel like such an injection of joy just because we've been deprived of that sunshine and colour for so many months. So that is really where I went with this blanket. I wanted it to be an injection of joy and colour to really bring us back to life in the spring and just enjoy all of those elements. So we have a couple of spring references with our flowers and our blooms as the kind of spring starts to emerge. And then we've also got the bunny ears and our Easter chicks. So the new life and the little hatchlings and just kind of everything that was cute about Easter, I also wanted to throw at the blanket. So we have fluffy pom-poms, we have cute little ears, we have chicks with eggshells on their heads. So I threw Easter at the blanket, and I hope you will enjoy all of the colours and patterns that are emerged as much as I did when I was designing it and I was putting all of the inspiration together. Another thing that was really important to me in this blanket was making it as accessible as possible, whether you're a beginner or you're a lifelong crocheter. And one of the reasons I really enjoy working with Sirdar is because we do spend so many hours on those video tutorials taking you step by step through. I think it's a lovely way to introduce beginners to the project. So if you are more of a beginner and you're still on the fence, then join us back here next week and just watch some of the videos, and I hope you'll see how easily you can work through with us stage by stage. It's one of the really nice things about the Sirdar cals and why I've come back again for another time, because so many of you have reached out to me and told me how you tackled some of my previous crochet alongs as your first ever crochet project, which I think is a testament to you, and what if you see a project and you really like it, you will be motivated to learn as you go, is what I tell all of my students. So if you like the look of this blanket and you fancy learning a few new skills, then we have made it really accessible to beginners. And so I hope you'll enjoy making along with me. And I think as well, it's a nice way to learn so many different stitches that by the end of the blanket, without realizing it, you'll have so many tools in your toolkit. If you see another crochet project, something else designed by me or something else on the Sirdar website, you'll be amazed at what you have learnt without realizing it over the scope of a project like this over 6 weeks. For each of the projects I've designed with Sirdar, we've approached it a little bit differently. So my Blossom and Buds blanket, we made it in panels and then we joined it all together. That had a really strong quilting inspiration. So we were looking to almost replicate that sewing style with our panels. Our gingerbread one, we started in the middle, but we did some different things in different orders to make it more accessible for beginners. So with this one, I was quite keen to start in the middle and grow outwards, and for every week to be built into the previous one, because I think that can feel really satisfying. Every week you feel it growing, you see it growing, and the sense of accomplishment and the joy that you're getting from it grows as well. So depending on projects you've done before, if you have worked blankets like this, or if you've done ones with lots of sewing, I just think that it's always fun to try a different technique, and so it was an interesting one for me to use a different construction style this time for our Easter egg blanket. So if you have enjoyed learning a little bit more about the blanket and you would like to join in with us and start making next week, here is all you need to get started. You're going to want to pick up one of the official yarn packs, and you can get these from any of your favourite Sirdar stockists. It comes with 15 balls of yarn in our 9 lovely shades that I've chosen for spring. And it also comes with a special yarn label. So you only get those things in the official yarn pack. And you also get a few little fun extras. You'll get your yarn needle and some stitch markers and a little pom-pom maker as well, which is going to be a lovely central feature on our blanket. So pick up one of those. You'll also need to sign up for the patterns from Sirdar.com. The patterns are completely free, but you will need to sign up for this cal in particular. So you may have worked through one of these with me before, but you do need to sign up specifically to this one to make sure that you don't miss a week, and that the bunny and the Easter egg and all of our lovely patterns for this blanket end up in your inbox. If you would like a little bit more in between our weekly releases, the free videos and the free patterns, we do also have a Facebook group that you can join. It's the Sirdar Make Along, and in there you'll also see people will have shared all the previous crochet alongs that they've joined in with. It doesn't have to be polished final images. If you want to drop in and share the very start of your week, or a little bunny tail here, how you've learnt a new stitch or skill. The really nice thing about that group is it's just a place to share all the fun bits that we're enjoying and just to connect with other makers. I'm going to be back here in 1 week to get started on the center of our blanket and work through week 1 step by step with you. So make sure that you pick up your yarn pack, you grab yourself a 4mm hook, and we're going to get cracking. I would really love for you to join in with me, and I cannot wait to see your blankets as we crochet along together.